Right, we're going to try and fit in another game of rapid chess. This will be 10 minutes each. So 17-19, good luck. Just getting used to the rating being up here now because I'm trying to use the streamer layout. 9,700 games for my opponent, that's very impressive. I still play d5. Okay. I'm just going to bring my bishop out. You've got to be careful about this idea. It's possible to get your bishop trapped if you mix your move order up. We can always drop back if we need to. One of them very sharp lines where you can easily go wrong. Now I think I'm okay to go here. G4 back, H4 up. I mean, I've got queen across as well, but E6 is a move that you want. I'm just trying to remember. I'm going to play E6. I might be forgetting my theory. If I am, I am. It's just one of them things. Yeah, it's one of them really sharp lines, this one. Some lines you play H5, some you play H6. Generally against H4 you meet it with H5. But the idea is G4, H5 and you trap your bishop. So that's the idea. So we have queen up, but it doesn't really do a lot right now. We have queen up. Got this. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it's H5. I'm just going to play H5. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I can't quite remember my theory. Okay, so we've got bishop up if we want it. We've got queen up, it just kind of prompts d4. So I'm going to play c5 and make room for this knight. So I'm probably going to commit to going kingside. Again, I could go here. You do have a square for your queen. You're not getting quite trapped, are you? Here, across, here. Back. Yeah, let's just drop back. I might be losing a pawn in this. Like I say, I might be mixing my theory up. If this is something my opponent plays a lot of, just be one of them openings that they're going to be sharper in than I am. But it is 10-minute rapid, so we've got a little bit of time. But I'm just looking for common sense moves. Okay, the queen's gone back, so we're going to come up and hit the pawn. F4 or D4. It does go for F4. Yeah, this is really getting sharp now, isn't it? I think I've got knight up. I think I need knight up immediately to cover the immediate push. So here, takes. Bishop takes might be a move, but I think I've got knight up first. Knight up. Do you have this? Maybe. Maybe have I gone wrong? Take, knight takes, rook takes, queen takes, knight takes. We collect the rook, but we might be getting trapped. Let's do it anyway, because we're threatening to whip the bishop. Okay, my opponent does it. But if takes, we can always take here with a check. Or we can collect back and then take with a check. Does do it. So we've got the option for check. Takes here. Queen takes, rook across. Check. We're not forcing anything. So gain a knight. Lose a rook. Gain a rook and a pawn. Accepting our knight might well be lost, but it feels alright, but it might be wrong. I'm going to take and try and grab the pawn. Maybe c3 is the move. c3 is a move, but I've got knight up check anyway, I think. I think knight check, or I've just got knight up. Have I got knight up? Knight up if you takes. I think I've got rook takes. But again, knight up. It's getting quite sharp, isn't it? It's getting quite sharp. How do I want to do this? Because I can just drop my rook back and allow takes. Yeah, that must be the sensible line. I can do this, but I think we just drop back and we take back. Very sharp line by white here. So obviously we can't castle kingside. Queenside is not ideal. So queen up is the logical move, but we've got knight across to keep our pawn. So we'll play knight across. And now we're actually hitting this pawn with a threat to take. If you have to play g3, that's not ideal. If you have to push your pawn, it's not ideal. Okay, so pawn has missed that I can take that. I think they've missed it. So I'm just going to take the pawn. But you can see it's a really sharp opening. Imagine facing this in a bullet game if you forget your theory. You're asking for an awful lot of trouble. And what on earth do I do now? I mean, castling here is possible, but it feels so risky. Probably just bishop up and king across. Gone that way. So I assume I want to check and force the king up and bishop up and threaten a check this way, and then the knight can't move either. I don't think I've got anything better. If you don't go here, I collect a pawn. And here I've got bishop up threatening to bring a second piece into the attack. I could still potentially castle. Apologies if I'm a bit croaky there, I feel fine. It's just allergy season for me. Now if the knight moves anywhere, I think I'm okay to take the rook, but we still have to look. We've still got a bishop check threat. King up. Possibly fine, probably fine. But it's whether knight comes forward and whether you can crash through. So knight up, queen takes, knight down. I assume I can just shift my rook somewhere and I'm basically fine. But here, yeah, he's played queen back. But now I've got check. If you have to go here, I'm starting to come in, aren't I? I hope. I want to get the bishop into the attack again. If you go here, I can check and collect. Here, check. If you have to come here, that's looking challenging, isn't it? So do I actually take the risk and castle? You still can't move the knight. It might be worth it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to castle and try and tuck my king away. Just while I've got one move. Yeah, launches forward, so I have to move here. I mean, I could risk this, but I don't think I should. Get out the way. Idea, knight across, rook across, knight up. That sort of concept. Now the knight's free to move, so we have to potentially shift our queen now. So I've got check and collect. I could maybe sack the bishop, trusting I can come in. But once I've gone here, I'm not coming back. Yeah, I think I'll just check here. If you go after the bishop, my rook's coming in as well. I don't think you've got much choice really, have you? So if I take here and you take here, it's just checkmate, right? So let's take. Let's checkmate, but a very dangerous game on it. You can easily see that going wrong. Imagine playing a game like that in Bullet or even Blitz. So let's see how the engine says we actually face this, because like I say, I forgot the prep early on. I forgot my theory early on, so we'll just see whether I actually played it well or not. We did how many? 25 moves the game was. So there's a few spikes there, so that means we've made some mistakes. And here we were better than we've made mistakes as well. So lots of mistakes. So we've ended up playing 84% versus 76%, but a high sender pawn loss because it's one of them tricky games where as soon as you forget some theory, that's it. It's really tricky. So not a great game quality wise. Let's look for the actual blunders. So taking the pawn was a blunder. I should have just put the knight forward straight away. So taking the pawn was a blunder there, and we're actually worse in this position. And obviously you can turn the engine on and take your time and play through the moves. So it looks like knight across was correct. Then castling long was a blunder as well. So in this position we actually have a forced mate. Castling long, we're still better. We're still much better. But it's a technical blunder because we've had a forced mate that we just don't see. So I should have gone for this queen check straight away. Maybe it's forcing over and then you castle and you can't get back. It could have been the same line I actually ended up playing. I won't take too long to go through it now. Again, the engine's saying I can just, yeah, it's the same concept in it. I can go for the same thing and drive the king across and then just bring the rook across. So I didn't need to worry about that for one move. So that's all my blunders were. So in the end, kind of a bit better than what the actual figures maybe look there.